We are 2 minutes away, 2 minutes from going live. Please find your seats. Thank you.
So, you know, let's do it again. I will get well soon. I will hit the gym and I will knock this guy out.
I'm just focused on what needs to be done.
Because Badr is gonna get knocked out.
And I can tell you now, I will knock him out.
Good afternoon. My name is Todd Grisham. We are live in Utrecht, the Netherlands, getting set for Rico versus Badr 2, the rematch. As you know, they first met 3 years ago in Oberhausen, Germany. They didn't really settle the score. The fight didn't end the way anyone wanted it to, and indeed, they have unfinished business. It will be settled again December 21st at the GelreDome in Arnhem in the Netherlands. We are expecting a sold-out crowd of over 25,000 fans in that stadium. Today, Rico and Badr come face-to-face for the first time in 3 years. So thank you for being here with us. First, please welcome to the stage our CEO of Glory, Marshall Zelaznik.
Good afternoon, everybody. It's an honor and a pleasure for me to be here today. As the global leader in stand-up combat, it's rare when you get the opportunity to bring two fighters together in front of effectively a home crowd when they're in their prime. It's a real great honor for us to be able to bring this fight, especially to the Dutch fans. This doesn't happen alone. This doesn't happen because two fighters want to fight. This happens because there's a lot of strong-willed people trying to make these things happen. A couple of groups that we want to recognize that's been instrumental in us getting this event organized are the team from the GelreDome Arena. They've been incredible in supporting us, as well as the municipality in Arnhem. The team here in our office in Amsterdam has been very complimentary of the support, and we need it. Events like this do take a village, and we're really happy to have that support. I've been lucky enough in my career in sports to be around some very big events and attending some big events. This event is as worthy as any of those events that I've had the pleasure to be around. These fighters should be proud, our fans should be proud, and I know Glory's proud to be able to hold this event. We have almost 100 media personnel credentialed for this press conference. We have over 180 countries that will broadcast the event. And we have new partners every day calling, looking for an opportunity to broadcast Collision 2 and Glory. From this event, I actually travel to a sports conference where we have wall-to-wall meetings with groups that are looking to find a way to get close and associate with this event. Here in the Netherlands, our TV partner, Veronica, will be broadcasting Collision 2. They've been an amazing partner since the last year and a half we've been in business with them. We also have our support from UFC Fight Pass, and we will be distributing pay-per-view at certain locations around the world, and we're excited for that, and you'll be seeing other announcements about that soon. As a global product with global fighters holding global events, we continue to grow into becoming the global brand that we've always strived to be. As part of our positioning, we're happy to announce, and you may have seen the news yesterday, that we've announced 3 new partners that are associating with Glory and Collision 2. Ubisoft, which you'll probably know as the video game distribution and creator, has joined up with us with Tom Clancy's game Rainbow Six Siege. What's interesting about this promotion for us, this isn't just about a logo on a backdrop. We're actually creating content with the group around one of the esport teams that plays their game, Trust Gaming. Ubisoft brings over 50 million players. We bring tens of millions of fans from around the world, and we're looking to join those together. PowerDot, which is a new sponsor of ours, is a global company that distributes and manufactures the world's smartest muscle recovery and training tool. They're actually offering that device to all of the fighters that will be appearing on Collision 2, and we're happy to have their support. Finally, I'm sure all of you are familiar with Jack's Casino. With 29 locations here in the Netherlands, they've stepped up big time to support our event, and we're actually really excited to be able to work with them to bring our fans to their products and their products to our fans. It would be remiss if I did not recognize our existing sponsors who have been with us the entire year. Fairtex, Monster Energy, and House of Nutrition. We've enjoyed our relationship with them, and we're looking forward to bigger and better things with them. It's always fun when you come into a market that appreciates what we do. The Dutch market, as if you need me to tell you, is an incredible place for fight sports. For decades, this country has been turning out the world's top fighters. And again, we're lucky to have 2 of them competing on December 21st. For this event, as Todd mentioned, we're already over 22,000 tickets sold. Today, we actually released an hour ago more tickets. If you're interested in buying tickets, go to glorykickboxing.com. We worked very hard with the arena, the municipality, and our team out of our Dutch office to make that happen. I would move quickly. The tickets previously moved very fast. We're hoping that everyone who wants to come has an opportunity to come. There are tickets in multiple price categories, so there should be something for everybody. For this event, not only have we sold a lot of tickets, but we have people coming from over 50 countries around the world are traveling to see this event. We've got people coming from New Zealand, Japan, Brazil. The continent of Africa will be represented. When you see this happening, you know there's something going on. The economic impact that the city will feel from all of these people attending our event to see these amazing fighters is something we can all be proud of. Before we get to the introduction of the fighters, a couple of pieces of information to pass on about Glory. First of all, for all of the fans here, you probably saw that for Glory 70 in Lyon, Cedric Doumbé has removed himself with an injury from that event. The team has worked hard. We've pulled together a replacement and will be holding an interim title. Myrtle Grunhart will now face Troy Jones. Troy is an American fighter, undefeated in Glory. He's the number 4 ranked fighter. He'll be traveling on short notice with the opportunity to fight for the interim title. The other thing to announce is the remainder of the calendar this year. On November 22nd and 23rd, for the first time, we'll be doing back-to-back events in Chicago with Glory 71 and Glory 72. From there, we move to China on December 7th, where we'll be holding an event in Shenzhen. Before I kick it over to Todd for the introductions, just a couple of ground rules. There will be an opportunity for questions. I'll give you some more information on that at the end. Of course, we'll also pose the fighters off. So without further ado, I'll turn it back over to Todd.
Thank you, Marshall. Now let's set the stage. December 21st, over 25,000 fans in a football stadium watching Rico versus Badr, 2 of the best kickboxers of all time. It's Collision 2.
Rico Verhoeven, Badr, Hari. The best versus the baddest. Arm is
Now let's meet the fighters. First up, Badr Hari.
Badr fans, let me see you! Badr Hari! This is wild even by Badr Hari standards. Now it's target practice for Badr Hari.
But what makes Badr so ferocious is that knockout ratio.
And I will knock this guy out.
Nice heel kick from Badr.
Had some vicious knockouts with that spinning heel kick.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, over 100 career wins, former 2-time world heavyweight champion, one of the greatest kickboxers to ever live. Please welcome Badr Hari! And now, ladies and gentlemen, Glory's world heavyweight champion, Rico Verhoeven.
What a fight! What a night in the winning city! A unanimous decision for your winner, and now Glory Heavyweight Tournament World Champion, Rico Verhoeven!
I believe that one day it will come true, and this is that day.
And still, Glory Heavyweight Champion of the world!
Motivation, dedication, hard work, that's what it's all about. Keep dreaming, and then one day your dream come true. Today, my dream came true, people. The whole world can doubt you. If you believe it, you can do it. It's just the beginning.
Ladies and gentlemen, he hasn't lost in glory in 7 years. The reigning, defending, heavyweight champion of the world, Rico Verhoeven!
Show us what you got when Rico makes the beat drop.
We're now going to open up to questions. There are 2 people on either side of the aisles here with microphones. You'll be handed a microphone, we'll recognize you, and then you can ask your question. I've been asked to make sure that you speak into the microphone so everyone can hear. Finally, we're trying, because this is being distributed all over the world, we're going to do our best to try to have every question in English. Of course, if you're not comfortable speaking in English, speak in Dutch, no problem, we have translators. And we'll go ahead and open up to the first question. Where are we with the mic? Right here. Go ahead.
Yes, Chris Decker for Chris Veronica Fight. I want to ask the first question to you, Mr. Zelesnik. You told about the arena. It's almost 25,000 people. We know Badr and Rico are on the card. But what else can fans expect? For example, I saw Luis Tavares is in the arena. What are the other fights that are in the works?
Yeah, so our talent ops team is hard at work trying to put the other fights together. As I mentioned, we have a number of fight cards coming up. We now have enough of our schedule completed that over the next couple of days we'll be finalized. We don't have anything to announce yet, but we're looking forward to getting those announced. I know our talent team has some amazing matchups, not only for the Dutch market, but for all fans.
All right, thank you very much. I want to ask my second question to Badr. It's been 3 years since you first fought Rico. It's also almost been 3 years to the day that the first press conference was held. What has been the biggest differences since then for you and with the fight itself?
I don't think there's not a really big difference. The only difference is that I'm more prepared. I feel more fit. I'm stronger. I have a whole different mindset. And this time I could focus myself 100% on this fight. I didn't have any other things that I was battling except this fight that's coming up. And in the last fight I had some other battles I had to fight. So I think this is the biggest difference that this fight is bringing.
All right, thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Almost the same question to you, Rico. 3 years, a lot of things happened, a lot, especially since the first fight with Badr. What has been the biggest difference since then?
I think the biggest difference since then is, yeah, you know, we evolve, we get more mature, we get stronger physically, we evolve, we get more experience, more ring experience. Yeah, been under the highest pressure every time, every fight since then. So, and we've been keep doing what we're doing and performing on the highest level and winning. So I think that's the best thing.
All right, so we have another question here.
Here? Hello?
Sorry, okay, let's go here.
Yeah, okay. Great to see you guys. Badr, the first question for you. I was wondering how you look at Rico. Like him always being the good guy, you always portrayed as the bad guy. How do you see that and that rivalry? Do you think the sport needs that, a good guy versus the bad guy?
I don't see myself as a bad guy, but this is what the media creates. I help them a little bit, so.
Thank you.
But of course, I think in fighting sports, this is what sells, and this is also in everything that you have in life. You know, if you look at Batman, you need a Joker, and there is always a good thing and a bad thing going on. So, if he is good and I am bad, and it sells out arenas, well, let me be bad. So I'm good.
And do you like him as a guy? Could you ever be friends when you guys are 50 and old?
Maybe after 21 December, but for now, let's keep it how it is.
Thank you. And for you, Rico, you have obviously had a lot of other things in your life. You went to a lot of Instagram followers. Well, your ambition is to be a Hollywood star. Is it a different focus now from the time 3 years ago when you were fighting Badr?
No, definitely not a different focus, because from the basics, I always understand where I'm coming from and where the rest of the business is coming from. And it comes from Rico being the athlete and being the family man. And after that, all the other businesses come. So Rico's always the athlete. I'm training every day. With a fight, without a fight, I'm there. I'm putting in the work. So for me, I'm always hanging around 70% if I'm not fighting. So to get to that 100% is not that tough of a job.
So if you'd have to choose between playing a big role as a movie star in Ocean's 15 or winning this fight on the 21st of December?
Oh, definitely winning this fight.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Let's go over here.
Marcel Soes, Telegraaf. Question to both gentlemen. The fight is in 2 months, but this feels like the first round. Can you tell how important this press conference is for you, and how do you approach a press conference like this? For both.
I'll start. This press conference, I think, is very important for that, just to everybody. The arena is already sold out, so that's amazing. And I think this is just a little bit of extra spark for everybody to get even more hyped. Hey, this fight is coming. Everybody knows it's coming. Now all the media is here, and everybody's gonna, have to wait till the 21st. But it's getting there. 9 weeks to go, so we can't wait.
Isn't it like a chance to give the first mental blow to your opponent, or don't you approach it like that?
Yeah, maybe. I think the mental warfare already started. It's that happens on social media, throwing out posts on whatever. But in the end, you have to be mentally and physically strong on the 21st. Whatever happens before that, I'm not really bothered with that.
Thanks. And for you, Badr?
Jay just told me to come, so I came.
I see someone else here in the saal. It's Mike. Can you explain why he's here?
I don't know. Maybe you should ask him yourself.
Well, Mike, can you tell us?
All right, let's move on to the next question. We have one over here. Yeah, go ahead.
Hi, Omroep Brabant. I have a question. When you look around, it's becoming a media circus more and more over the years. Rico, do you enjoy it? Because it's going to be, I think, much more bigger on the 21st of December.
Yeah, of course. I enjoy it and I embrace it, because for me it's always been a goal to put this sport and bring this sport to a high level and to let everybody enjoy it. And what happens outside the ring happens outside the ring, but in the ring we're athletes and we want to perform on the highest level and show that we're sports and entertainment. And it's a tough game, it's a hard game, but in the end we respect each other, and that's what it is. Because the next day or after the fight, we go home, back to our families, and enjoy life.
And you, Badr, are you enjoying the tension?
Of course, I'm enjoying the tension.
I thought so.
Yeah, this is what you live for. You live for these kind of fights. You live for the attention, because the more the attention, it means you're doing something right. You're doing something good, and nobody has to tell me that he doesn't like this. I just do this for me. It's bullshit. He likes camera flashing. I like it, so I enjoy it, and the more the better.
Thank you. Last question, Rico. Last fight against Badr, it was a bit like an anticlimax because of the injury of Badr. You told us so. Do you think that will influence this fight?
What do you mean with influence that fight?
Do you think back about it and you want to have a good win now? Because last time
I think
that's doesn't matter.
That's totally out of my hands. I'm going to be in the ring. I'm going to perform at the best I can. And either way, he's going to quit anyway, or he's going to get knocked out. So That's what's gonna happen the 21st of December.
I was waiting for this moment in this conversation. He can go fuck himself. I'm gonna knock him out the 21 December.
Of course, we're gonna see that. You said that last time. You said that last time, and what happened after you missed a few times? You're like, oh, now you want to speak Dutch you want to speak Dutch? You want to speak Dutch because you can't be speaking English? Hey, I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is with you, but you need your Badr army.
All right, let's hang on, guys. Hang on. Let's get to the next question here.
Hey, you know what the best part of this is? You need a Badr army. I'm a one-man army, baby. Let's go. I can do this all by myself. I don't need nobody. You just make sure you're there the 21st of December and don't quit this time.
All right, go ahead.
Yeah, this question is as well for both of you, but I'll let Badr answer this first this time. And if you guys win, either of you, are you planning to defend this title?
Are you planning to what?
Defend this title.
Defend what?
The title, if you win.
Is it for a title?
It was. Oh no, it's not for the title, right?
No, it's not for a title.
Okay, so that's the first. Well, I got another question, but this one is for Marshall. So Glory stopped working alongside the Dutch anti-doping authority, and I'm wondering what the policy is right now for doping.
So the anti-doping policy is the same. While we're not working with ISR and NATO as we had in the past, we've got another group, a group out of the UK called ISA. Sorry, or ITA. They work with the Olympic Committee, they work with the NFL, they administer Major League Baseball, so they'll be administering this event. They also just did our event in Dusseldorf, so same rules apply, just a different group.
Okay, and I asked a silly question about the title, but to talk about that, there was a guy called Jamal Ben Sadiq who was promised a title shot. What is the current status of Jamal Ben Sadiq, and can we get an official statement from you?
Yeah, sure. First of all, we're not in the business of promising fights, so that information isn't totally accurate. Obviously, Jamal, having won the tournament, put himself right in position for the title. Jamal is still a fighter with Glory. We expect Jamal to be getting some big fights coming up. He'll get his time, but it's these two guys now. Next question over here.
Yes.
Yeah, sorry.
Hi, this is Osima from Phonics. I have a question for Rico and Badr. Rico and Badr, how many rounds do you need to finish the game?
Last time I only needed 2, so I hope for the fans we're going at least for 4.
Also for Badr?
I wish him good luck.
All right, let's go over here.
But
Thanks.
we won't see 4.
Go ahead.
After 3 years, this is the first opportunity to look each other in the eyes. When you, a question for you both. When you look in each other's eyes, what do you think about each other after 3 years?
You can see my eyes, I have glasses on.
Yeah, you have glasses, that's right. What's your feeling to see him again? Did you miss him, for example?
I'm gonna tell you, listen, this is a fight I've been waiting for 3 years. After the last fight, my arm was injured and the fight stopped. And this is a hard way to lose a fight, especially when a fight is big as this one. It's not maybe the biggest opponent I'm gonna fight, but it's maybe one of the biggest fights in my career because I'm really looking for my legacy. I'm looking for eternal glory, not for just this win. So as a fight, it's maybe the biggest of my career. So if you lose the last one, it was very hard for me to accept, but I did. And it took me 3 years to see him again. So before the fight, like we all know, there were not a lot of people who know Rico. Then the Badr Hari wave came, he jumped on, he became famous. He did a lot of shows. He made some money. I'm happy for him. But 3 years later, it's gonna end because the 21 December, I'm gonna show him. I'm gonna show the people what's his real level of fighting, and it's not that great. And we can see the last opponents that he fought. Come on, man. It was a joke.
Yeah, actually, the same as your Hesdy fight. It was also a
yeah,
joke.
but Hesdy had a broken arm, and you couldn't beat him. You couldn't beat him.
Both hands full. Getting a suspension.
Hesdy had a broken arm when you fought him, and you couldn't beat him. He had a broken arm. You couldn't lift his hand, and you couldn't knock him out. Come on, but shh. I beat him, and I was a light heavyweight, and I beat Hesdy. I was fucking 100 kilos, and I beat him. So come on, man.
Oh man,
you talk too much, bro. You talk too much. 21
You go to 115 kilos.
21 December.
Now you're
21
105
December,
kilos.
my bro. 21 December.
Yeah, what's gonna happen? What's gonna happen? You're gonna cry
21
again?
December, bro.
You're gonna cry again?
You will see, my friend.
Now, is it my left or is it my right arm? Is it my left or is it my right? I don't know.
You will see.
We're gonna see. We're gonna see. Everybody knows.
Je acteert te veel. Je acteert. We acteren niet, bro. We acteren hier niet. Je acteert.
Can you speak in English so everybody
I speak that
understands?
so you understand. Ik acteer niet, brada. Je acteert.
Hey, I'm not an actor. Hey. Don't try to be somebody you're not.
21, bro.
You're not a fighter.
21
You're not a fighter. You have a very, very small heart. Very small heart.
21 December.
Yeah, make sure you fight.
Yeah, I'll be there, motherfucker.
Make sure you fight and stop crying.
21 December. 21 December.
All right, guys, we have a question over here.
Hi, Sam from Vice Media. Rico, I just have a question for you.
Yeah.
A couple months ago, you went on the Joe Rogan podcast, one of the biggest podcasts in the world.
Yes, sir.
And you expressed some doubts about Badr's record, the 100 plus wins, 90 plus KOs. You said you couldn't find all the fights, so I'm wondering, did you find the fights in the meantime, and do you still have doubts about Badr's record?
Exactly. Yeah, I think you added everything up, so I still couldn't find it. So,
Badr, what do you think about this?
I don't know. I heard it. I thought it was funny, but I heard it. But you know, this guy is fighting. Let me say, he's fighting people in a time there is social media, there is YouTube, or I don't know all the other things that named. But I remember when I was knocking people out, you didn't have fucking YouTube. My parents, we didn't have a camera. So, you know, I have a lot of fights, but let's forget of all the fights that he couldn't fight. Let's only see the fights that he can fight. I knocked more people out in the fights that he can find than he fought all his fights together. So forget the knockouts you didn't see. Just look at the knockouts you can see, and they're more than all your fights together. So let's keep it at that. Let's keep the facts, and the jokes.
All right, I think looks like we have a question here. Yeah.
Yes, Michael, MMA DNA. Mr. Lasnik, it's not a title fight. Can you tell us why?
Yeah, so we're trying to stay consistent with the last collision fight. We are making this 5 rounds, however. So it's the decision that we've made. Obviously, we're always evaluating these things. Don't anticipate it changing, but at this point, we're trying to keep it as collision.
So it would not be a title fight, and also not maybe in 1 week or 2 weeks?
Correct. It's not a title fight, sorry.
It's not going to change.
All right.
Rico, ik doe deze in het Nederlands voor je. Normaal gesproken vecht jij meerdere keren per jaar. Nu heb jij meer dan een jaar niet gevochten. Gaat dat effect hebben op het gevecht?
Nee, ik denk het niet. Ik denk dat ik wat we hebben gecreëerd in de sparring is dat we zoveel verschillende soorten mensen hebben gehaald en eigenlijk de vechtsituatie, eigenlijk de ringsituatie die je creëert tijdens het gevecht, proberen we nu in de sportschool te doen. Natuurlijk is het net even wat anders, maar weet je, we hebben zoveel verschillende mensen, zoveel goede, hoge kwaliteit mensen die komen sparren, dus dat gaat best goed.
Dank je.
All right, question here.
Hi, this is Sabrine from AAD. I have a question. It's for Badr. I was wondering, on your Instagram, we can see that you have been preparing for your fight, but at the same time, we also kind of get a view on your personal life, like your daughters and your wife. And I was wondering, like, how does your family influence your preparation for your fight?
In this hard business of fighting, I think that family is a very important thing. I think for a lot of fighters, you know, they make the punishment, they make the hard work, they make the tears, the sweat. They soften it up. You know, when you go home to your kids, your wife, your children, this is what keeps you motivated and keeps you sharp and hungry. So for me, my children are one of my biggest motivations, and my wife, she's amazing, and they all help me a lot to get here, and especially to stay here. So this is what they mean to me.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
All right, do we have another question on this side? Yes, sir.
Mijn naam is Godwin fightpers.nl. Ten eerste wil ik Rico en Badr bedanken voor deze mooie wedstrijd, zeker weten. Ik wil ook heel Glory Team bedanken. Mijn vraag is, in de eerste ronde, Rico, vorige keer, hoe beleefde jij die?
De eerste ronde beleefde ik als even aanvoelen wat de afstand is, wat de kracht is, wat de snelheid is. Ik denk ongeveer na 1,5 minuut had ik de afstand. Nou, ik werd een paar keer geraakt door die jab, neus was open, geen stress. In de tweede ronde dacht ik van hé, nu voel ik het, ga ik de druk een beetje opvoeren. En dat was letterlijk de wedstrijd.
Heb je het voor het gevoel dat je het niet kon afmaken?
Precies. Dus ik hoop dat we het nu gewoon af kunnen maken op zo'n mooi mogelijke manier. En niet op de manier als de laatste keer.
Heb je dat 3 jaar lang meegehouden, dat gevoel?
Nee, niet echt. Het is gewoon van als die wedstrijd... Ik hoopte altijd natuurlijk dat deze wedstrijd nog een keer zou komen. Want niet alleen voor de fans, maar ook voor onszelf. Ik denk dat wij allebei het gevoel hebben dat die wedstrijd niet geëindigd is zoals die moest eindigen. Dus nu zijn we daar. En nu kunnen we het afmaken. En kunnen we het mooi eindigen.
Dankjewel. Een vraag voor Badr. Hoe beleefde jij die eerste ronde, vorige wedstrijd?
In het Nederlands?
Zeker weten. Er zit meer gevoel in het Nederlands. Dat zie ik aan je.
Geen probleem, bro. Nee, natuurlijk, die eerste wedstrijd... het maakt niet uit hoe die eerste ronde is gegaan. Want alles wordt anders de 21ste. Dus het maakt niet uit hoe het liep. Of ik de overhand had of niet de overhand had. Of dat ik de lengte heb gevoeld. Of de tempo of de kracht. Het maakt niet uit. 21 december is alles anders.
Yeah, that's great. Hold on. One question. Would you mind, Badr, answering that in English as well?
Yeah.
Yeah, please.
Okay. Should I also tell you what he asked me, or?
Yeah. Why don't you do both? That'll
Doe
be
het even
great.
in het Engels. voor Marshall.
Jongen.
Okay.
How did you feel after the first fight in the first round?
Yeah, like I told you again. Yeah, it doesn't matter how the first fight went because I'm not focused on the first fight, you know. Like he said, the first round went, or he met the distance, or he felt my power, or whatever. I don't care. This time's gonna be different. Everything in this fight is gonna be different. So the first fight or the first round, it's not important. Everything is different the 21st of December, so it doesn't matter.
Great, thanks for doing that. All right, do we have another question here, please?
Yeah, question for Badr, Tom from Q Music. Badr, you said it yourself, and when I look at your Instagram, you're looking stronger than ever. What is different in the preparation compared to the last time?
I think the most important thing what's different is my mindset. You know, a lot of people know 3 years ago I was battling a lot of judges. I saw a lot of courtrooms. I've seen some jail time. So like I told you, I had too many fights at the moment. And like everybody knows, if you're a pro athlete, you need to be focused 100%, especially if you have fights this big. You cannot be 90% or 95, you have to be more than 100. and I wasn't. So was that the reason that it happened? I don't know. It happened. I forget about it. I look forward to the 21st. So I think the most important thing is the mindset. I'm very focused. I'm training for almost 1 year, day in, day out. I go to the gym every day. I run on the Moroccan mountains. I'm ready.
Rico, for you the same question. Is your preparation different compared to the last time?
No, not really, actually. I think throughout the years we created a way of training and a way of getting fit that works for me, that gets me ready to fight, and that get me on a certain fit level. But the only thing that changes every time is the opponent. So the game plan / strategy changes every fight, because it depends on what kind of opponent you're fighting. So last time we were fighting a big Badr. Now we're fighting a small Badr. So
you're fighting a dangerous Badr, my friend. Dangerous.
Things will change. Things will change. What?
21 December.
21 December. So shut your mouth. Just let me answer the question.
December.
So I think that's the difference. So that changes up the strategy a little bit.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
All right. Do we have another question here?
Yeah,
please?
Odessa here from Mixed Fight. I have a question for both of you, because for both there are a lot of online here. For you, if you lose, there's a lot of online. And for you, if you win, there's so much more we could expect. So the first question for Badr, what can we expect if you win?
What I can expect, or what you can expect?
What we as a audience can expect.
Yeah, like I said, I just signed a 6-fight contract at Glory, so I have 6 more fights coming up. This is one of 6. So that's what you can expect. A lot of knockouts.
Well, if you win, it's not for the title.
It's not if, it's when.
Okay, when you win, it's not for the title. So, is there going to be a title match?
I think so. It should be like that, so. But I don't know who has the title then, you know. I'm not, for me a title is not a person. For me a title is a title. So if Rico has it, or maybe in 6 months or in 1 year somebody else, I just want the title at the end, you know, so I don't matter who has it at the moment. I just follow the gold. And if it's in his hands, I'm coming to get it. So collision 3. And if somebody else, bring me somebody else.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Rico, when you lose, what is it for you in Glory left?
I like this girl, I like her. Yeah.
Or if?
Either way, I'm not gonna lose. So, but even though it's not a title fight, every fight feels like a title fight for me. So even if I'm defending the title or not, if I lose, I don't really feel like I probably still have the belt, but I don't feel like I'm the champion then. So after this fight, I can either, and if I would lose, with a crazy miracle would happen for Badr, he can start praying already. Yeah, I don't feel like the champion, so I can even give him the belt, because when you lose, you're not the champion anymore. So that's how I feel about that. So, but it's not gonna happen. I'm still gonna be champion because I've been champion for the last 6 years.
Thank you.
All right, we have a question here, please.
Hi, I'm Michelle from Fighting Network magazine. I've got a question for Badr. You choose for another trainer now. I can imagine there are a lot of trainers who would like to train you. Can you tell us why?
It's a silly question. I still have the same trainer. Mikey, staff op.
Okay, thank you.
You switched again? Oh my God. You gotta be insecure about that. You gotta be insecure about that. Oh, you need your Badr army, huh? Oh.
You should be happy with the Badr army. They're the only one buying tickets and coming to see you, bro.
Yeah,
they
you think so?
They give you money, bro. You should be happy, bro. I know so. I know so. They pay tickets, bro. They buy tickets.
Hey, let's
buy
check
tickets.
the glory stats. Let's check
show
the glory stats.
stats.
Hey, who sells more tickets, you or me? Oh man. You probably paid for all of them.
Yeah, I do. Yeah. I make enough money to pay for all of them.
You're gonna send them to the ring again?
Yeah, they come.
Yeah, you're gonna send them to the ring again?
You come or not?
Yeah, you need that.
Of course I need that.
Of course you need that. But the problem is when you're in the ring, between the ropes, you gotta do it all by yourself.
Yeah, a lot of people
and then
said
it's
that.
gonna be a really tough job.
You talk a lot.
Yeah, you talk a lot. You don't talk enough.
Yeah,
you just cry.
You knock 2 people out, bro. You talk too loud. Yeah, man. Shit.
All right, I think this may be the last question based on where I see the microphone. So we've got one here.
Yeah. All right. Marshall.
I'm sorry.
You already had a question.
Yep, this will be the last question.
Marshall, we just heard Rico say if he loses, he doesn't feel like the champion anymore. If Badr wins, why is it not a title fight?
Yeah, look, I think there's a nuance in this business that is triggered by title fights and not title fights. It's something we continue to talk about in this company. There are contractual issues around title fights, and so at this point, title is not on the line. But again, as I was pointing out before, we continue to talk to the fighters in these camps about these things. The good news is it's 5 rounds, and the good news is what you're hearing is that these fighters are going to fight as if it's a title fight. So if the belt ends up being on the line, it's something that we'll certainly let you know about, but we'll have an amazing 5-round fight irrespective.
All right. Rico, doesn't that frustrate you? Because apparently, if you lose, when you lose, whatever.
No, not really. I'm here.
You don't feel like the champion anymore. So why don't just put the title on the line? Because is it?
But it doesn't matter. Like I just said in the other question I answered is every fight feels like a title fight. Every fight, everything is on the line. Your legacy, everything you train for every day, your blood, sweat, and tears are in this sport. So that's what we leave in the ring. So it doesn't matter if it's a title fight, it's a non-title fight, it doesn't matter, because when you lose, it doesn't only hurt physically, but mentally. So, you know, if it's a title fight, it doesn't even matter. Every fight is just as important.
One final question, if I ask you as well. You were out of a contract last year with Glory, and when you started renegotiating with Glory, one of your first priorities was getting the Badr fight, not someone else, not the tournament winner. Why do you really want the Badr fight so bad?
Because I think this is what everybody was waiting for. Everybody wanted to see this fight.
Thank you.
Okay, we're going to pose the fighters off. I'll have the fighters just stay where they are for a minute. If there's anyone in the media that wants to come down into the aisles for close up on any pictures, now's your chance to do that. And I'd like to thank everybody for coming. We'll have some closing remarks after the fighters pose off, but the fighters will be leaving the stage after the pose off. So hang tight, guys. All right, Badr, let's do this.
Yeah, good.
Yep.
Thank you for coming, ladies and gentlemen. We'll see you December 21st. Rico versus Badr, Collision 2.